Let me show you my Parker Fly Deluxe. I purchased this guitar new in July of 1995, so it is one of the original Parker Flies. It's got the original soft case. It's got a nice plush velour interior. It's actually a really nice gig bag. Looking it over, it looks pretty. It actually looks really. It's in pretty good condition. It's got a. This guitar got used pretty regularly for a couple of years, but it's in really good condition. Velcro is still good. It's got a big pocket on the outside. Also has a little zippered pouch here on this end. The zipper's good. No damage there. Straps are good. It's a Levi's bag made in Canada. The little tag has got some threads, but that case is in good condition. It has both of the straps. You can carry it like a backpack. It's also got a hook on this end. So all of that is intact. So set that aside. Here's the guitar, Magic Blue from 1995. Here's the serial number. See if that'll be in focus. Like I said, this guitar was used regularly for a couple of years. Mostly I played it as an acoustic guitar using the piezos had a couple of different kind of acoustic processors that I used with it, but because of that there's quite a bit of pick scratch in the finish and that kind of typical wear from your finger there. So there's this is certainly a used guitar. It's not relict, but it is it has been used. There are quite a few dings and scratches on the edges. Let's see if I can show any of that. You can kind of see that. On the left is just a light flare, but you can see that pick scratching in there. These are second generation Fly pickups, which you can see here. It has the lettering is actually larger than the originals. The second generation pickups, as I recall, they were a little beefier than the originals. I do have the original pickups, and they will go with the guitar. But I did purchase these and put them in at some point along the way, and they're still in it. All the piezos are there. They all work. All the controls are here. The pots aren't scratchy. Everything works as it should. Tension wheel. Backside, it's got 11s on it for strings right now, and it has the flat spring under the cover for the 11s that I purchased from Parker back in the day. I'll cover that in a little bit more in a little bit. There's the headstock. Spurtzels are all there. There's Bill. Bill would like to be part of this video, apparently. That's the old guy. So, there are, looking to see here what this marking is on this. I guess it's just kind of smudges. No bent tuning machines, nothing like that. But then when you get into closer inspection, there certainly are excuse me, there are certainly a number of, I'm going to try to see if I can find them here now. Along this edge, a couple of chips in the paint right there that you can see. There are some dings on this top surface that you can see. One of them actually does have a, I don't remember, yeah, it's kind of right there. There are a couple of them there that, there it is right there. That guy there actually has a crack. I mean, it shows it's cracked through the finish in the dent there. There's a little kind of a flat dent right there. You know, this is the kind of stuff you would expect, I suppose, from a guitar that's been around this long. There's another chip there on that surface, couple of little chips there. The lower horn actually is okay. There's a little bit of a scrape right there. You can kind of tell the difference between the scrapes and the light flares, and when at least it's a video and not a still photo. Back of the neck is in good condition. Nothing really to talk about there. No dents. It's not really a finish to wear off. I guess it does have a finish, but it's a hard enough. I assume that's a poly finish. Headstock has, where was that now? Here it is here. There's a chip there on the headstock. The tip has got some paint transfers. But, you know, nothing structural. A little bit of a scuff mark there near where the truss rod adjustment is. But, you know, no cracks in the neck joint. Nothing structural. I think there's a... It's kind of hidden by this underneath the strings there, but I think there actually is a little crack in the finish there underneath this. Hard to do this underneath the strings, but yeah, the stainless steel frets are what you'd expect. There's really no wear, despite the amount of playing that I did on this guitar. You don't see any real wear. Even down here, I'm looking close up here, but even down in this area where the cowboy chord area where you normally see lots of, you know, divots in the frets, you won't see that on these. One of the nice things about these guitars is just you don't get into that. Neck is fine. Neck is straight. And oh, there are some chips along the edge here too. I'd seen when you look real close, right along this edge. Places like right in here, you can see there's some finished chips, and there are some of those on the other side of the neck. So yeah. So it's certainly not a mint guitar, but it's not been abused. It's just been used regularly, and that's essentially what there is to say there. I've got Bill in the way still. So I've got the original cord, the original Siamese cord. It's a stereo plug on this end, and two separates. One's labeled magnetic and the other one's labeled piezo. I think that's about a 25-foot cord, 25-foot cord. That's the original. It says Parker Guitars right on it there. That's the original cable that came with it. It's still in fine condition. I've got the original bag with the original Allens and Torx bit. This kind of T-handled Allen is what you use to adjust the intonation. That's these screws here in the bridge saddles. The other Allen, the other regular Allen, is for on the back. In here, that adjusts the bridge height. So if you need to adjust the height of the bridge, the string height, and then this, it's actually a Torx bit. That is for the truss rod adjustment, which goes down into there. I don't think you can see that, but that's actually a Torx bit, not an Allen. Then I have a flat spring for a set of 10s and a flat spring for the original flat spring for the 9s. So I've got those. Got the original whammy bar. Bill's going to come join us again, I think. I've got the original whammy bar. It's a hex. It's a hex bar. I'll do this with one hand and hold the camera with the other. Originally it would have had a little foam thing on here, which I never liked, and I can't seem to find that, so I don't think I stored that anywhere. So there's our whammy bar. No issues with the bridge. It's set up to fully float right now. So it's everything's functional. Oh, let's see. I've got a few other things here. Got the original book. Let me set this aside here. Got the original book from Parker Guitars. It's kind of a nice little deal, and it's got all the setup instructions, how to adjust the truss rod and the vibrato, and adjusting the pickup heights, setting intonation, setting the balance on the piezo, frequency response, cleaning and polishing, frets, controls, explains how everything works. Oh yeah, this is the original setup. So it's got a switch to choose between stereo or mono for the jack. If you put it in mono, you'll get both piezo and magnetic combined. And there's the battery compartment, which I was going to. It's a cat hair. That's not a scratch. Okay, I've gone ahead and taken the cap off. I mean the cover off for the battery. So there you see that they're self-retaining screws. They're both there. They're not bent. There's nothing weird going on there. Within this cavity, you kind of turn the guitar over here. See if I can do this with one hand. Probably not. Alright, so pull the battery out, and you can see that, get that out where you can see that the battery snap is in good condition. There's nothing wrong with it. It's not broken. The wires aren't mangled. Everything there is still good. And it just slides in. Let me see if I can do this here. There we go. So there you go. So the battery just slides in. Just pushes in like that, and the cover goes on. I'm just going back to the book. There's the information on how to change the battery, information on the vibrato, and setting it up so it either will be fully floating, or you can set it so that it's step stop, they call it, where it'll only go down and not up. So you've got that. Oh, and then the explanation of the balance wheel and setting the tension on that. So all of that, and there's the thing, more explanation of the flat springs and the installation of that. So all that's there. And then, you know, the original hang tag, which also has information on the controls. Looks like the original, also the original warranty card, which I didn't fill out and send in. Wasn't an issue. And then I don't know quite what this is. It's kind of a big fold out with information about Parker guitars and the Parker guitar, what is it, and the Parker Guitar Company. Why are these guys at the Korg USA? So this was back in the Korg days. So all of that goes with it. Everything except Bill. Bill stays. He's our old guy. You gonna look at the camera, Bill? You wanna look at the camera, Bill?